Oh baby, today new ground is broken as today on the channel we unbox the first figure in the brand new AEW Jazzwares Supreme line with Cody Rhodes.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for our first ever AEW Supreme unboxing and review, and today we've got Cody Rhodes. But remember, for all your AEW Supreme, unmatched, unrivaled, WWE, Mattel, you get the gist. Hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. That's exactly what I did. Is I did get this from Ringside Collectibles. Had to get these. Had to see what all the fuss is about. And I got to be honest. Looking at the packaging here, I knew these would be pretty cool figures and all. But the packaging does not do itself justice unless you see it in hand. It is way better, way more impressive in hand. I was actually blown away when I unboxed it. And I took a look at this. Of course, Britt Baker, the other one in this set, will unbox her on the channel as well. Make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell. As you guys know, we're unboxing everything wrestling upon everything else pretty much that is manufactured, it feels like some days. We're going to do some new towels one of these days here on the channel. Maybe not, but man, does this look awesome. Boy, is this a complex figure. This is a mix and matcher customizer dream in a box is what this is. People that are purists with their figures like me, you're not going to get as much enjoyment out of this as some of you guys that like to move things around, grab old Cody figures, mix heads and body parts around. You could have an unlimited day with this. You could just spend all day designing your perfect Cody Rhodes figures. And man, that is pretty cool. I do have to admit, I got to see where I'm going to go with these. As of right now, I'm definitely picking up two, but now I'm thinking I am going to be a mint on card completionist of this line. This line is beautiful, displays beautiful, just very, very cool. But you know what we should do? We should do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We should take a look at the packaging. We should talk about them. We should box it. We should talk about it. We should see where it goes from there. How about? Let's do that, because this one, it's getting unboxed for science. That's what's going to do right here. But holy cow, how cool is that? You got Cody posed in the package. Big, big box, big entrance stage. Supreme right up top, so you know exactly what this is. 13 pieces, I believe that says 12 pieces. 12 pieces in here. Oh, man. You got Cody Rhodes nameplate down below. Just awesome. And then Cody Rhodes, of course, comes with his a really iconic entrance jacket at this point in time. It's amazing how iconic this is. It'll be very interesting if you could swap parts between his upcoming Mattel figures as well. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to swap the jackets over and things like that. I'm sure we'll do that on the channel when that time does come. But how cool does this present in package? Just looks phenomenal. On the side here, look at that. So we got legs, we got arms. So we know these Supremes, they're really 2-in-1 figures without getting another body part. And we'll talk about that once we get into things a little bit. But very cool, packaged on the side so you can see what you're getting. Says he is #1 in Series 1, so these will be lined out. So it's a new start, a new fresh start. And I can see a lot of people saying, you know what? I wanted to be an AEW unrivaled and unmatched mint on card completionist. Well, there's a lot of people that have dove out of that once they've realized how deep these lines will be going. They said, I can't do that anymore. I'm not going to do that. Now, I guarantee you, there's a lot of people standing up saying, I'm going to be a Supreme completionist. Well, they're going to start that way, and usually things kind of fall off by Series 10 or so is usually the tipping point for a lot of people. But we'll see where this goes. Like we said earlier, it is the answer to the Mattel Ultimate Edition. So I would expect 2 figures at a time. I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times a year. We'll see what happens there. On this side here, you get a soft goods shirt. You get all the hands, the microphone, and then, of course, extra Cody heads. So customizer's dream, once again, like I did say. On the back right here, there's old Cody, a little glamour shot of him. Let's see what it says. Does it really say anything here? You get his autograph, of course. You get the big glamour shot. Unrivaled Supreme Collection. Dynamite Grand Slam, 9/22/2021. Man, that seems like a million years ago, but it wasn't as far away. Almost a year old at this point. But definitely looks really cool. Definitely looks cool throughout. You got the little window boxes at the top. Warnings, UPCs at the bottom. All right, so this thing is almost like an Ultimate Edition from Super 7. So I'm going to take this offline. I'm going to get everything out of the pack, and we're going to be back talking all things Cody Rhodes Supreme Edition. All right, we're all out of the pack here for Cody Rhodes. We got him out of the package, and some thoughts on unboxing these guys. It did take me a little while, as these are locked in, sealed in really good. So for people out there that worry about people with figure swaps and things like that, I'm sure it's possible. But just like the Unrivaled Unmatched, this is going to be a lot harder to do figure swapping than compared to your Mattel figures, for instance. Not a really good way that I could see to go about this box without totally destroying it. I ended up clipping on the sides here. There was tape, and then you kind of got to peel this top back. But really no way to get this where I think a seasoned professional or somebody with a little bit of common sense would know if this has been tampered with. At least that's my thought there. Now I can see a lot of people keeping this stage here, the little cardboard out of there. That's definitely doable. Just be a little careful. You could use this if you want for figure photography, things like that. Might not be a bad idea. So we're off to the side. See you later. Now let's break this figure down, and we got a lot going on with this. So let's start with the accessories as we usually do. And we'll start with fists. 2 fists for Cody Rhodes. Jazzwares know what's up. We got to get some fists. And we all know the struggles over the first, I don't know, 9 series or whatever it was that AEW Jazzwares came out with. We struggled to get fist. Well, here I'm happy to report we do get fist. We get 2 open hands, and we get 2 gripping hands. So really run the gamut, and as we always say, choose your own hand adventure. So 2 fists right there. We do get 2 extra arms. Arms here are arms, but I am happy to report the day has finally come, folks. We've got pinless joints, double jointed elbows. How about it? That's been one of the things I've been harping on with Jazzware, saying we need to get to the pinless joints. Mattel is passing you by. Well, the game just changed, or at least got even at this point, as they did rise up to the occasion here and gave us the pinless joints. Now the question is going to be, will they be able to parlay that into the Unmatched and Unrivaled series like we see Mattel? They're doing it in their regular series. So that is the expectations at this point. But I am glad to see the first use of the pinless technology right here in the Supreme line. It just looks so much cleaner on the figures. And like I said, double jointed elbows as well on this thing. That is pretty cool. Hands removable just like we're used to, but then we get the plug and play features that we've been used to with Jazzwares as well. So you get those 2. You do get an extra set of legs. We'll go through this. We'll build Cody. We'll talk about this a little bit more. We do get 2 belts with him. So once again, it's the choose your own adventure stuff here. You get the belt, kind of the American Nightmare one, and I guess the Nightmare belt. So you do get 2 belts here. Pick your poison, go back and forth, all that fun stuff. A microphone, of course, we've seen the microphones many a times. Nice, easy throw in there. I guess you can never have too many microphones, huh? And then you do get a Cody Rhodes shirt, so you can give him in his beautiful big, long duster jacket, but you can also put him in a shirt, have that off to the side as well. So very cool with that. And then you do get 2 extra head sculpts. We'll talk about that when we do talk about the head sculpt. So some good accessories there. How about a little plastic prison for Cody Rhodes? There's the Cody Rhodes plastic prison. Very cool. And is this going to be the last Cody Rhodes figure we get from the Jazzwares team? I gotta think that is the case, but I guess we'll wait and see. We'll also give it the old see you later. Goodbye, there it goes. All right, now we got Cody out of the package here, and this just feels very good in hand, very good. Let me get these arms kind of straightened out a little bit. But definitely cool jacket here. That is the selling point to me. Obviously, we've had a ton of Cody Rhodes over the last couple of years. We're a little Cody overload, maybe some would say. But we definitely had some of that. But this is one that's definitely warranted. A very iconic jacket that he's worn to the ring numerous occasions. I believe, isn't the same jacket he wore in WrestleMania? I'm pretty sure that is the case. It'll be interesting to see how the Mattel Ultimate Edition or any Mattels that come out, how they look, and do they come with this exact same jacket? And can we put this jacket over there and vice versa? If you're a Cody fan, man, this is a glorious time for you as a collector getting all these Cody Rhodes figures. But very cool here with the jacket. Of course, articulation, we kind of walked through a little bit, but the head side to side, head is removable, hands removable, double jointed pinless elbows on the jacket arms as well. So the jacket arms are one of those difficult things, though. When you take the jacket off, the arms are still there. That does look a little bit strange, as you might imagine it would. But we're going to take this jacket off. Let's see how hard this is. It actually comes off very easily, especially for a more Polly Pocket type jacket. This isn't cloth goods. Maybe Mattel will give us a cloth goods. That'll be some differences. The old yin and yang, as they say. But this is just absolutely fabulous, this jacket here. The back with the design, all the texture into it, just fabulous. Probably the best jacket we've seen from Jazzwares to this point. And we talked about Cody, so I got him out of here. One thing, he's got a little bit of a bobblehead to him, at least with this head. You do get the up and down side to side, but it's a little bit loose, that head. Just a little bit loose there, so that's not the biggest thing I like a whole lot. Yeah, it is a little looser than I would like it to be. But we do got the arms. We do get another new articulation here. We do get the butterfly elbows. And once again, we're a little floppy, a little bit loose on that arm. But if you got the jacket on, it kind of holds it in place a little bit. But I don't know how that's going to fare for the regular arms. These plug and play very easily, just like so. Bam, bam, bam. And we're going to have tons of glamour shots in this video. So I'm going to try to get a bunch of different versions of this Cody, seeing what else we can do, things like that. But you plug those other arms in, they plug in perfectly. I gotta tell you though, the joints are not as tight as the unmatched and unrivaled figures, so that is a little bit surprising, but I guess maybe it's that extra articulation, but especially my left butterfly joint, pretty loose right here, pretty floppy, a little bit tighter on the right arm, but not terribly tight. Same with the head is a little bit loose on the body as well. But you do get all the plug-and-play features that we're used to with the unrivaled and unmatched figures. You can pop, you can customize, you can transport bodies round and round. You can do all of that. But man, this Cody body looks good. We did a patriotic top 5 figures on the channel way back when, maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. Got to think this would almost make the list after all that time. Maybe we'll have to do another one down the road. The red, white, and blue American flag boots look really good. The blue really pops. The red here. The jacket, like I said, is really good. A fabulous, fabulous version of Cody here, of a representation of a moment in time and what he wears to the ring a lot of times. He does have his patented neck tattoo on the side. I wonder... So this is very strange here. Obviously, you can't change your tattoo colors, at least that I know of. If you get the Cody, this was the Ringside Collectibles exclusive. It's got the more red, white, and blue tattoo, nightmare tattoo. It doesn't quite have the same. It's almost like it's a totally different tattoo, which obviously we know is not consistent. So I don't know if that's the best tattoo, or maybe this one's not as good. Maybe I should stare at his tattoo a little bit longer, but I just don't stare at the tattoos for too long. But this one might be a little dull coloring. That's just me off my memory, and it's definitely dull compared to that Ringside Collectible Cody. So that is something to take note of. Of course, he does have his dream chest tattoo. His left hand does have his wedding ring tattoo on it, so that is kind of nice as well. Very, very good. I got a little bit of paint splatter there, but I'm sure I can get that off. Articulation-wise, besides that, a lot of it is like the other Jazzwares figures we've had our experiences with. This head sculpt here is an interesting one. It's a smiling one. I like a more neutral one, not too frowny, not too screamy, not too smiling. Somewhere kind of in the middle is usually my sweet spot, but this looks okay for Cody. You definitely give you this head. You know all day long, this is Cody Rhodes. You know who this is. Gonna pop that off, gonna take a look at the next head. Then we get the screaming head, like I talked about. Usually one I don't display with unless I have multiple versions of Cody, different ways to do it, things like that. Then I would do the screaming head. I believe the Ringside Collectible exclusive one I do display with the screaming head because it just makes it different amongst the other Codys. So I probably won't use that with this one, but it does look good. I gotta say, this is a pretty good screaming head. Is it the same as the Ringside Cody? It is different. It is different. And the head seems to be a little bit bigger as well than the other figures from the Unrivaled Unmatched series. Just a hair bigger. Maybe it's just these. I'm not sure. But then the other Cody one, we get a more... So you get like 2 smiling ones. The first one was Smiley Cody. The third one here is very Smiley Cody with his mouth open. He's so happy he's smiling. Smiling with his mouth open. So 3 different Codys. I'm not sure which one I like best. I'm going to have to play with it. I think as of right now, I like the open mouth smiling version. I think that might be the way I end up going. But once again, choose your own head adventure. We always talk about choose your own hands adventure. Man, we're going to choose your own head adventure with this here, right here. I'm going to pop these bottom half legs off like so. I'm going to put, I guess this one goes over here. So we'll just do this one for now. Glamour shots will have all the pictures we could ever want of this Cody, I would think. But you do get the Nightmare belt, and I always like to kind of place it there and then sandwich it instead of trying to wrap it around like a traditional belt on these. I'm going to pop that on, and then I guess I'll pop that smiling head I liked on as well. Let's see how well that fits. That is not as bobbly as the first head, so I'm happy to report on that. There's no change in the arms for sure. That is still pretty bobbly, but an interesting one here. So you get a totally different look on Cody Rhodes down to the leg department. Beautiful red and gold design throughout here. Got all the accents to it. Everything else looks good. The belt does fit perfectly, of course. The boot cut looks good. You do get the Nightmare. See, now this is how I envision his tattoo to be. And on his neck, it is not... it just does not look like that. It does not look like that at all. So that is a miss on that tattoo. I don't know what happened in there, how it was maybe lost in translation a little bit. And the other thing I don't like, so the tattoo is one thing I don't like. The looseness in the arms is the other thing I don't like. That is pretty rough. Those are pretty frog-like arms flopping around, but a lot to like around this figure, that is for sure. But then you can do all kinds of different moving arounds and stuff. Of course, we got other Cody figures. There's the ringside exclusive. As I drop the belt, we can use that belt later. Here's like 1B. Remember this bad boy, this old one? We had 1A Cody Rhodes, and he was white as a ghost. Well, we got 1B with a little more correct tan there. And this is a very similar design as this one here, just different colors going on. Looks really, really good, but you can pop these guys all day long. So like I said, you can mix and match. You can move this Cody. You like this 1B Cody a lot? Hey, you can move it over to this body if you're so inclined. You can mix and match, do whatever you want to do with these guys. So I think that is a really, really neat feature, and really does help you customizers. People that like to mix things around and change heads and bodies, you can do any of that kind of stuff, and I think that is really cool. You can get him right here. Bam, you got Cody, a version with the original 1B outfit. And you can go vice versa on all these guys. You can mix and match, do all that stuff. So that is really fun. And then you can give some of these the updated articulation throughout here. Now, another thing you can do as well is you can grab like one of these Codys. Let's say this Cody right here. Let's say that he's in the damage pile at ringside. He's only $15 shipped on a big sale or something. Well, you can buy this Cody. You can use the top half of this body because you really do need another Cody figure to make out the two Supreme figures. I would really do recommend that. What I'm planning on probably doing is finding a Cody like this, finding a damaged one, finding a loose one or whatever, taking the torso off, or really, well, I was going to say you could use anybody else's torso, but it really doesn't work because you'll be missing that dream tattoo. But you can mix things around, get another torso. It really is choose your own adventure to the next degree, which I think is just absolutely cool. I mean, that's the way collecting is going. That being said, this is a fairly pricey figure. It's a lot more expensive than the unmatched and unrivaled figures, but they got to step up to that higher end market. And I think there will be a lot of people that collect these that don't collect unrivaled and unmatched. They're just going to get the more superior senior product, I guess senior price point product, I should be saying. But man, these guys do look good, and there's a lot of, I guess, really is up to your imagination. How crazy do you want to get with these? And you can really get out there with some of these ideas, moving things around, things like that. Let's check, though, do they fit on a ringside collectible stand? That's always one of the good litmus tests there. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. He fits like a glove. How did I miss this? Todd McFarlane would be ashamed of me. I just noticed this, so I put him on the stand. We do get the extra toe articulation here. So for those of you guys that have been clamoring for that toe articulation, your time has finally come. Your time to shine. The toes are here. The toes are in. We got the toe articulation. So a lot of articulation with these guys as well. Like we said, we got the double jointed knees even. So very, very good figure. I gotta say, this blew me away. The packaging was amazing. Really is a packaging that looks good when you see pictures, stuff like that. But once you get it in hand and you feel it, the way it looks, the way it presents with the extra pieces on the side, like we've seen with some of those ringside collectible exclusives, man, there is a lot to like about this thing. And then getting him out, there is a couple of negatives. Like I said, I went through the neck tattoo. I went through the little bit loose joints there, but the plug and play aspect, the different heads, hands, arms, the way you can customize these to the way you want your Cody Rhodes, that really can't be beaten. We don't see that in a lot of action figure lines, especially the wrestling figure line. So as we always say here on the channel, competition is one of those things that is great because Mattel, guess what? They came out with the pinless joints, forced AEW to start doing the pinless joints. Now they're taking it a step further with the interchangeability, things like that. What is Mattel going to do to take that above to the next level? And most of the time when this happens, guess what? The consumer, us, we win and things like that because when two companies compete against each other, for your dollar, the consumer wins. So we're in a great time for action figures, as we know, especially the wrestling figure headspace. And this Supreme line, I am very excited for Series 2. Heck, I'm excited to open up the Britt Baker as well. Like I said, we'll get to her next on the channel. But let me know your guys' thoughts on these. You picking up the Supremes? You getting a loose? You getting a mint on card? What is your plan here? I don't doubt anybody that would want these just mint on card, but you're missing half the figure when you do that. But boy, does it look beautiful in package. Takes up a lot of room, though. You got to watch out for that. But let me know all your thoughts here on this Supreme line. What do you think? What do you think the future for the Supreme line is? And who would you like to see in Series 4, 5, 6 of the Supreme line? Let me know. I think we're all wanting a Luchasaurus, probably. That's, we love hairy bipedal creatures that are masked. You guys know that. Let me know what you want to see in the Supreme line. I'd love to hear your comments down below. And of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell. Check out the Patreon link in the description below where you can get early access to videos, monthly giveaways, bonus content, exclusive content, and best of all, you do support the channel. And then, of course, don't forget to follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Cody Rhodes and our first time around the sun with the Supreme line, I'm Kyle. I'll see you guys all real soon.